So you've done no contact. You've done no contact for a while. Maybe 30 days, 60 days, who knows, maybe even longer. But if you haven't gotten anything from them yet, it means something. And I want to talk about that today because, I think it's time we got real. And that's that it ain't working. Deep down, it's not working. I don't know what you heard somewhere else on the internet. I don't know if you heard that it always works 100% of the time. I don't know if you heard they always come crawling back eventually. But look, you put in your time and you got nothing to show for it, right? So what does that mean? No contact. It's something that you started doing because chances are it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but you heard someone online talking about it. They sounded so confident. They sounded like it was guaranteed to work. And so you thought, hell, this doesn't seem like it makes much sense to me, but there they are dressed in that fancy blazer. There they are talking about how they know everything. And hell, here I am. Without a clue in the world, because all my best ideas are leading nowhere. Might as well give this a shot. What do I got to lose? And so you stopped texting them, you stopped calling them, you stopped doing all that sort of stuff. Of course, just between you and me, I know that you probably checked in on them online. I know that you checked their social media to see if they're seeing anyone else, if they miss you, if they're posting sappy stuff about love and breakups and stuff, to see if they still care. But you did that oh so discreetly. You did that oh so secretly so they could never know. But either way, here you are. They're not reaching out. Still where you were 60 days ago, a month ago, 90 days, whatever. We both know it's not working, right? We both know it's not working. That's what we've got to get real about first and foremost. Okay. So let's go back to basics here. What is it you want? You want to get back together, right? I know it. And so you have to have a good strategy that's going to take you there. And no contact is probably not going to be it. I mean, you already have the track record to show that it's not it. But in case there's any doubt, let's think back to why your relationship didn't work out in the first place. Now, I don't know you personally, but I can say that most people that I talk to, the relationship didn't work out for one reason or other, but basically because they ignored their partner. They ignored the relationship to some degree. You can't believe that if you continue to ignore your relationship, it's going to solve the problem that ignoring your relationship got you in the first place. It's not how it works. The same level of thinking that got you into a problem isn't going to be the same level of thinking that gets you out of it. Okay. So what is going to get you out of this? You have to think about this a little bit differently. The reason why things didn't work out, and there could be a whole lot of reasons when he gets down to, the specific details of it. The big reason why things didn't work out is because the emotional connection wasn't there. It slipped away. It disappeared somehow. If you're honest with yourself, you can probably acknowledge this. And so what you got to do is you got to put that emotional connection back in place. It's not about power. It's not about who has more power in the relationship. If you use no contact, you'll show them that you have more power. You're in control. They're not. And they'll bow down before you, the all-powerful one. It's not how it works. Because we don't commit to people that are powerful. We don't commit to whoever has the most power. Whoever the most powerful person isn't the one who has the best relationship. By all means, play the power game if you want to, but just understand The rewards of winning the power game is not having a great relationship. The rewards of winning the power game is that you have power. So what is it that it takes to win the relationship game? It's the emotional connection. If you want someone to be with you, make it feel good for them to be with you. If you want someone to commit to you, make it feel good for them to be with you, and they'll want to be with you even more, even to the point where they eventually commit to you. Going back to your no contact failure here. Obviously, if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, the two of you are going to have to interact with one another. So that means no contact. That's going to have to go out the window here. Now, hopefully, you use this period of no contact to work on yourself, to improve how you're showing up, to work on your own emotional well-being. That's all very critically important here. And hell, maybe they even did the same thing too. That'd be great. That'd be great if they worked through some of their issues during this time as well. But either way, if you're not talking and you want to be in a relationship, it's not a huge leap of faith to think that you'll need to start talking again. Okay, that's what you need to do. You need to get back in contact. It's your first order of business. How do you do that? Well, if you have been out of contact for quite a while, 30 days or more, you don't really know what you're walking in on here. So you don't want to dump some big heavy confession on them. Hey, I miss you. I've always loved you. Never forget you. Could that work? Maybe. I don't know. But chances are it's probably not. What we really want to do first and foremost is to take a temperature read to get an idea where they're at. Are they going to respond warmly? Are they going to respond neutrally? Are they going to respond harshly? Are they going to just not respond at all? These are really the 4 potential outcomes that can come from reaching out. So you want to respond in a you want to initiate contact in a mildly warm sort of way. You don't want to seem too eager, too try hard, but you also don't want to be cold. You don't want to seem bland and neutral, texting something like, hey, or how are you, or something. I mean, yes, that could work, but it's not going to give them something to latch onto. You want to demonstrate some degree of personality yourself so that you can try to coax that out of them. Start by just sending something kind of warm and somewhat relevant to something specific about them or about your time together. Now, you don't want it to be romantic or anything. Don't say, hey, I saw this thing. It reminded me of the first time that we kissed. That was such a magical time. That's too much romantic pressure. Don't do that. But just have it be something almost trivial even. It seems silly to bring it up, but, make it be something trivial. Make it be some little inside joke, something that you saw that they'd be into, that made you smile because of some goofy old memory that you had or something. You don't want to be trying to harken back to the good old days, because that's not what we do. We want to stay focused in the present moment. But we want to just have something to start with that's going to invite them to come and interact with us. Something that shows them that we ourselves are warm and receptive, but we're friendly. That's going to give them permission to open up. And how they respond, if they respond warm, okay, great, game on. You probably don't need too much help from there. But that's obviously an invitation to start opening up and talking more. If they respond neutrally, that's okay. It's understandable. After a good period of not being in contact, you can probably expect that they're going to be a little bit hesitant. So they might respond neutrally, in which case you're going to want to deepen the connection a little bit more to demonstrate to them that it's safer for them to open up even more and for them to, share what their experiences are, help them feel safe in the connection, in the conversation, etc. If they respond harshly, what you want to do is meet them where they're at. Are they hurt about something that happened in the past that's still unresolved? Are they, angry because they thought that you were playing some sort of silly game, no contact, trying to, break them or something like that? Are they, still healing? You may need to address whatever hurt they're feeling. If it's something you legitimately need to apologize for, then you may need to do that. But either way, you got to get it out of the way, because they're not going to be able to get off of that hurt until it's at least addressed. And then on the other side of that, then they might be able to have the capacity to open up and have friendly conversation. And then if they don't respond at all, you can take that as either a sign that, hey, they're not responding because they feel hurt still, or you could take it as them feeling unsure about how to interact with you because, maybe they don't know what your agenda is or whatever. They don't know if you want to be friends. They don't know if you're trying to win them back. Or maybe they just need a little bit of time to think about how they want to respond. If you reach out to them and they don't text you back within a couple hours, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Maybe they just need a couple hours or a day or two just to process that and say, oh, you reached out. What am I going to do? Am I going to respond? Am I going to be kind? Is this okay? Is this not okay? Do I want to engage? Do I not want to engage? I might need to give it a little bit of time. And if after a little bit of time has passed, some reasonable amount of time, you might want to follow up again and just try to relieve the romantic pressure. Because probably one of the main reasons why they might be hesitant to respond is because they think you're wanting something from them to get back together. Try to twist their arm into some relationship that they're not ready for or something. So you want to cut that relationship pressure down as much as possible. All right. Here we are. You heard me huffing and puffing through this whole video because I've been hiking uphill to this lookout point here. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? If no contact isn't working, you got to make a new strategy. If you want to know what the new strategy is that's worked really well for my clients, check out this video over here on how to get back together without using no contact. With that being said, if you like this video, drop me a comment below letting me know so you can help encourage me to make more videos like this. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.